I'm Barb McGowan. You guys already probably know me from our Facebook group, but I wanted to put together kind of a content boot camp. So what I'm hoping that you'll get out of this is not just an overview of the platforms that we're going to be talking about, which is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and YouTube, but that you'll have enough information to be able to create effective content on each platform and not feeling like you're just throwing stuff out there and seeing what works. You know what I mean? Because each platform does kind of have its own culture and etiquette and best practices. And rather than learning a lot of that stuff through just trial and error, which obviously you're more than welcome to try whatever you want and see if it works. But just things that I've learned along the way, or I have paid others for their knowledge. I'm hoping that you'll be able to speed up the process of learning what effective content looks like on each platform. So, all right, so welcome to Barb's Content Bootcamp, day one. And we're talking about TikTok, the platform that is near and dear to my heart. Before I first started with affiliate marketing, I thought TikTok was something that like my teenage nieces and nephews use to learn new dances and, you know, do silly pranks and stuff. I didn't realize really that it could be used, not that it can be used for growing a business, but really it should be used. And I'll explain more of why that is specifically as we go throughout this. So why TikTok? Why not Facebook? Why not Instagram? Why not blogging? Whatever. So TikTok is growing crazy fast. Last year, almost 1 in 5 of all internet users age 16 to 64 use the app. That's wild. So there are people across, you know, the age demographic that are on TikTok, and they're spending almost an hour a day on the app. And let's be real, some of us, a lot more than that. You can leverage TikTok's virality to quickly build an audience. By that, I mean, on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, it's going to take you a little while to build an audience, and you're going to be posting valuable quality content on Facebook and Instagram or wherever. And it's going to take you time to gain exposure to people who are interested in the content you're posting and for them to follow you. With TikTok, you can have one video pop off and instantly gain thousands of followers overnight, like literally. When I first started on TikTok, that happened to me. And I think it was like my second or third day on the platform. I got to 1,000 followers. And so I was able to put a clickable link in my bio. I was able to start going live on the platform. Something that's really important to keep in mind about TikTok, and I think this is something that's super overlooked by affiliate marketers, is the fact that TikTok is an attention getting platform. So by that, I mean, in the process of going about marketing and getting people from knowing about who you are and what you're promoting to the point where they're ready to buy and are willing to buy from you, there's attention, education, and then selling. So if you are on TikTok, which is again, an attention getting platform, you're not going to be on there, you know, really educating people about whatever it is that you're promoting. You're trying to grab their attention. Like, for example, if I were creating a TikTok where I was trying to get the attention of my target audience, I would say something like, hey, are you sick of your 9 to 5? That's going to hook somebody who's sick of their 9 to 5, you know, like I was. Are you sick of your 9 to 5 the way I was when, you know, 7 months ago? That's the hook. And you got to do that quick off the bat. But you're grabbing their attention. So after you got their attention, you're going to tell a story. I was able to quit my 9 to 5 within 6 months of starting affiliate marketing. So there's the story. And then you're calling them to action. So if you want to learn how to reach your financial goals, click the link in my bio, join my Facebook group, or click the link in my bio, sign up for this training, or whatever the call to action is. But that hook story offer, so the hook being, do you hate your job as much as I used to? Story, I quit my job within 6 months. And then offer, I'll teach you how to build an online business, join my Facebook group. But you know what I mean? But so that's an attention grabbing sequence. And then I can move that person if they're willing and ready to take action, i.e. join my Facebook group, start learning the new skills of affiliate marketing, etc. But I could bring them over to Facebook, or I could send them over to YouTube and tell them, hey, you can learn more over here on this platform. TikTok, one of the drawbacks of TikTok is you can't really have a really effective two-way conversation with someone where you're trying to educate them or teach them or provide real value to them, you can do that on platforms like Facebook and YouTube. And that's why you can leverage the fact that you can build an audience quickly on TikTok, or that it has viral potential, and then get those people from TikTok to Facebook or TikTok to YouTube. Does that make sense? Because then you can continue to educate them, inform them about the product that you're promoting, and that's where you'll tend to make sales. This is just like a really quick demographic breakdown. I think what I was surprised about was the fact that there are people of all ages, all income levels on the app. So it's not like, yes, it's primarily like what I would call younger kids, like teenagers and people under 30. But as you can see, people over 30 comprise like a big chunk of the people who are using the app. The income levels also surprise me. There are like 40%, so like a plurality of users on TikTok have an income of 100K plus per year. Between male and female, it's pretty even, but the point being, depending on who your target audience is, you have a very wide variety to choose from. And so that's why I always say, like 9 times out of 10 or 19 times out of 20, whatever you're promoting, it's probably a good idea for you to start by promoting on TikTok. This is types of content that do well on TikTok. Trends. So you guys have probably seen a million trending dances or trending sounds, and you can harness that because a lot of people, when they start catching on to trends, they will immediately recognize the sound or I'm not encouraging everyone to go out and start dancing on the app if that's not your thing. But what I'm saying is there are trending sounds that you can use and harness the virality of that sound in order to get more eyes on your content. Ultimately, that's why we're on TikTok. In addition to trends or like stuff everyone is doing, original content also does really well on TikTok. So I think that telling your story in a way that's interesting, fast-paced, and super authentic is an amazing way of creating original content and finding your people. Because truly, being on TikTok is about finding your people that will resonate with your authentic message. So if you're trying to portray yourself as an expert, even though you are just starting out, you don't need to put on any pretenses or put on any fronts. Just document your process as an affiliate marketer as you go and be real with people, because that realness and authenticity comes across and will appeal to people. So that kind of goes hand in hand with storytelling. Another type of content that does really well is here's how much money I make, or here are like my specific number results. So if your niche is like make money online and you're talking about like affiliate marketing, I made $1,000 before I even got up this morning. Like that is going to grab attention from people. But I'll forewarn you, number one, TikTok is cracking down on income claims. That means if you're saying that kind of thing, like, oh yeah, I made $1,000 before I even had breakfast this morning, they will probably take that video down and maybe even give you a ban for 24 hours, meaning you can't post or you can't access the app. If you get enough of that happening, they'll take your account down and you will lose your account. Aside from the fact that it's community guidelines violation, it's also not a best practice for marketing, because think of the people that you're going to attract with that kind of income claim. It's people who are looking for a get rich quick kind of scheme. People who basically are operating under the assumption that they're going to have the same result as you because you started mentioning numbers or income. So even though it's like a low hanging fruit and super easy to get people's attention by saying, you know, dropping numbers, it's not a good idea for a number of reasons. I just wanted to highlight that as, yes, it gets a lot of attention. You might see other people doing it. I would not encourage you to do it. Videos must be between 5 seconds and 3 minutes long. I don't know that all TikTok accounts have the ability to upload a 3-minute video. If you don't have that capability yet, that's something that they're rolling out to creators kind of, I think, in chunks. But if you don't have that capability yet, it's between 5 seconds and 60 seconds. Again, don't make income claims. You'll get slapped at best, have your account banned at worst, and become familiar with the community guidelines. If you're familiar with them, you're less likely to do something that's going to get you into trouble and make you lose your account. So in doing research for this, I found this really interesting. So the lifespan or the half-life of social media posts. So this graphic shows like how long does your content last out there? Like, are people still going to be engaging with it weeks or months down the road? And so for the purposes of this graph, the half-life means like the period of time where your content will receive half of the likes that it's going to get over its entire life. And so Pinterest has the longest half-life, and TikTok is down toward the bottom. Basically, unless content on TikTok goes viral, it starts, like its lifespan starts to degrade pretty immediately. So that means that if something is going to go viral, it's going to happen like fairly quickly. It's not going to go viral after like 2 weeks. If it's not going to go viral, then it's probably going to get like sporadic likes that look kind of like this, like flat. And then it will die off unless somebody is specifically going to your profile to look at your content. That means that it's not going to be showing up on the For You page. It's going to be somebody seeking out the content that's on your profile. Once you're on TikTok, going live is an easy way to grow your account. I think the most common thing that people ask or want to know is, okay, so I'm going live, meaning you're literally just sitting here like this, talking to your phone, and people are able to comment who join your live. And I feel like the most common thing or the most common question that I get is, what do I talk about? There is no right or wrong answer. I think it's a skill to be able to keep talking, even though you're not really getting any interaction from people, because they could be listening to what you're saying, but just not answering any or asking any questions through the chat. But if you think of it as like, I know this is kind of a silly analogy, but imagine that you're on the phone with somebody that kidnapped one of your loved ones and you are trying to get them to stay on as long as possible so the police can track their location. Think of going live as like that. And I just say that because the longer that you stay live on TikTok, the more followers that TikTok is going to send your way, and the more engagement, that the more basically they're going to show your content on the For You page. And so the more you're going to grow during that time. You can also use that fact strategically to blow up a video. So in other words, if you have, let's say you're launching your Facebook group, or you just put out a YouTube video that you want people to go watch, and you really want to get attention on this TikTok video. So you would post the video, and then maybe 15 minutes later, go live on TikTok. And that will help get all the possible attention onto that TikTok video so that people can take action and go over to your YouTube channel and go to your Facebook group or do whatever call to action that you're hoping that they're going to take. Another best practice with going live is check your TikTok analytics to see when the majority of your followers online. And we're going to talk more about analytics in a little bit, just so you can see how to access that and see where you can find out about when your users or your followers are online. The priority for the algorithm is watch time, period. So that means if people are staying on your content and watching it all the way through, or watching it over and over again, it's going to get pushed out to more people. Likes are nice to have. It's a vanity metric, but what likes show is when somebody is scrolling on the For You page and they come across your video and they're like, oh, 100 likes. This must be valuable. And so it's giving that like extra credibility to your content as people are scrolling through their For You page. The same thing with comments. Also, when somebody is going through the comment section, what's happening in the background is your video is continuing to play. Whether people are going through and reading the comments, or they're going to leave a comment or leave a response, the longer that they're staying on that video and it's continuing to play, the more watch time you're getting and the more that your video is going to get pushed out. If someone follows you after viewing your content or shares your content, it'll help that content as well. So be cognizant of that when you provide your call to action at the end of your TikTok video. You always want to provide a strong, clear call to action. And it doesn't always need to be, hey, click the link in my bio. And we'll talk more about that in one sec. Another really common question that people are always asking is, how many times do I need to post a day? Like, what's the optimum number? And something that I have found to be true, but also that I've heard other creators say, it's post as much as you can where you can do it consistently. Meaning, if you can post 6 times today and then turn around tomorrow and post 6 times tomorrow, dope, do that. If you are pressed and you're really like, man, I think 1 or 2 times a day is like all I can do. But the point is, be consistent. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to go 6 videos today, and then tomorrow be like, I just don't have time. You know what I mean? So if you are so busy that you can put out 6 videos today, but maybe not any tomorrow, save 3 of those videos and save them in your drafts in the app and post 3 today and 3 tomorrow. You could ask 100 different creators and get 100 different answers, but whether quantity or quality is more important. And I will say both. Obviously, that's kind of a no duh answer, but you can put so much time and effort into making a video and it will get no engagement. Then you can throw out something that you literally spent like 30 seconds making and it can go viral. There's oftentimes not a lot of rhyme or reason to the stuff that will pop off and go viral where you didn't necessarily see that coming. Other times you'll put a little bit of effort, or you'll know this has like all the makings of a viral video, and you'll kind of know in advance that this is going to be a good one. But I'm talking about those random videos that you're like, I never would have seen this as going viral. Like, sure, it's good, but it's not like, I didn't know that it was going to be this good. You know what I mean? That is one of the reasons why just quantity, just putting out as much content as you can, works in your favor. I'm talking about something that's, relatively interesting. So funny, valuable, entertaining. It's adding value in some way for your target audience that's watching. Always include a strong, clear call to action in all of your content. It should not always be, hey, click the link in my bio. And I heard this analogy from another creator, and I thought it was perfect. If you always have that family member that's like asking you for stuff, like, hey, help me out, give me like $5, or let me borrow your car. After a while, like that goodwill and like you wanting to help that person is going to run out. However, if they're like, hey, like, how can I help you out? Let me clean your house, or let me bring you lunch, or whatever. And now all of a sudden, then they're like, oh, hey, could I borrow your car? Now you're going to be a lot more likely to say yes and want to help them out because they've been adding value. And the way I heard it described was a value bank. So they've been putting value in the bank with you. And now when you ask for something, they're way more likely to help you out. Your call to action doesn't always have to be, and it shouldn't always be, hey, click the link in my bio. Sometimes it should be like, hey, leave a comment so I can help you out, or share this with someone that you think needs to hear this, or stitch this and tell me your biggest problem with XYZ. Like, you could be super creative with your calls to action, but you should always include one in your content so that you're not losing out on a follow or a like that can help push your content out, or a comment so you can kind of connect and know your audience better and that kind of a thing. So when you get to the point of being able to put a clickable link in your TikTok bio, that link is going to link to your sales funnel, specifically to your opt-in page. So your opt-in page being where you collect email addresses from people so that you can send the automated email sequence that you have set up. Before you have 1,000 followers, you won't be able to put a clickable link in your bio because you're going to be using a creator account rather than a business account. And so, and up until you hit 1,000 followers, you're not going to be able to put that clickable link. You can still direct people to a link if you feel that strongly that you need people to go visit your link. My honest advice to you, before you reach 1,000 followers, you should be focusing on creating short, entertaining content that's going to, and then providing a call to action to like and follow. That's it. Until you hit 1,000 followers, all of your calls to action should be like and follow, and focusing on creating short, memorable content that could go viral. A good starting place, if you've not made one video on TikTok yet, is just make 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos just talking about who you are and why you're on TikTok, like what you're doing and who you're helping. And then have your call to action be like, my name's Barb. I'm here because I am so sick of my 9-to-5 and living a life where I'm controlled by my boss and the hours I have to work. I'm starting affiliate marketing. If you want to follow along on my journey and watch how long it takes for me to quit my job, like this video and follow me. I would love to have you in my community. The next video could be like, so I'm a teacher, but COVID has really messed up my ability to teach. So now I'm having to do like administrative stuff. That means I'm doing grant writing and budgets, and I hate it. On top of that, I am getting called back into the office and I don't feel safe about going back. I want to be able to work from home with my cats. If that's you too, like this video and follow. And do you see what I'm saying? So like telling your story, being relatable to your audience, and giving that call to action to keep following you on your journey. You're going to get a following way quicker doing that, telling your story, being relatable, being funny, and instructing people, like calling them to follow along if they relate, or if they agree, or if they want to see XYZ. You know what I mean? Rather than just being like, hey, I'm doing affiliate marketing. Click the link in my bio to buy this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, build up a little bit of momentum first. That would be my 100% honest advice. And do not worry about your clickable link. If you need an alternative way to put a link that went before you have 1,000 followers and can't put a link in your bio, put a link in the comments. Then people could, copy and paste from the comments. You can also use bit.ly, which is a link shortener. So it's bit.ly. You could go there, paste your long link in there, So it would turn it into like bit.ly/barb123. And then you could write that as text in your video and be like, hey guys, go to this site right here. I'm giving away a free whatever. And then it will say right here, bit.ly/barb123, which is super easy to remember. And that's why I tell you, use a link shortener to make it short and pretty. But that's like a workaround if you wanted to share a link with your audience. But like I said, if you're trying to get them to your opt-in page, don't worry about that until you get 1,000 followers. I'm just saying. And again, when driving traffic to your sales funnel or your offer, you should be directing people to your opt-in page because we want to make sure that we're collecting email addresses from folks. So you can schedule content from your desktop, meaning if you have a video, you can upload it to your desktop or your laptop and schedule it for like tomorrow at noon. That way you don't even have to go onto your phone, open the app, and hit post from one of your drafts. That's if you wanted to schedule it ahead of time. I have never done that because I feel like that's way more work than me just opening my phone, finding a saved draft and posting the draft. You can also pay to promote content on TikTok. I'm not talking about ads, like the ads where you open up your phone and it's like McDonald's or Sephora or one of those huge companies. Unless you have like $50,000 to $100,000, you're not going to be running those kind of ads on TikTok, but you can pay to promote some content that you've already made. A couple things I'll note with that is make sure you have a specific goal in mind. So you could pay, let's say, I don't know, $25 to get more followers. They're really smart with their algorithm and they're going to show your content to people that they believe are going to start following you. So if your goal is to get more followers, make sure your call to action in the content that you're promoting has that call to action of, hey, like and follow, and TikTok will, because you're now a paying customer, in your promoted content is going to go out of their way to find the people that they think based on their algorithm are likely to follow you. And you can mess around with that if you have a little bit of money that you want to experiment with. I did that for one of my videos and I think I gained like, I don't know, a couple hundred followers. So it wasn't like anything crazy, but I also didn't spend a crazy amount of money. Number one, and we already kind of talked about this. When you're first starting, you shouldn't have a personal account. You need to have a pro account, and that's just in the settings and the app. So you want a pro account. You want to make sure that you have a creator account and not a business account. And let me tell you why. And the perfect example illustrating this. When you have a creator account, the one downside is you can't put a clickable link in your bio until you hit 1,000 followers. With a business account, you can put a clickable link with 0 followers. You can use a clickable link the whole time. However, with a business account, you don't have access to all the trending sounds because remember, as a business account, basically there are a bunch of sounds that you can't use. They're off limits because they are not licensed for commercial use. So as a business, you're on TikTok for commercial purposes, meaning you're selling stuff. And so a bunch of songs and a bunch of trending sounds are not going to be available to you. And that will absolutely hinder your growth. And if your whole reason is because you want to have a clickable link so that it makes it easier for people to click on your link and make a purchase, bro, if like 5 people are following you, I guarantee you nobody is clicking your link. Focus on creating content that will pop off using a creator account and trending sounds. So here's an example of how bad a business account is. I have a friend who's also an affiliate marketer, and TikTok has kind of been wilding a little bit lately. He had a creator account. He has maybe, 40,000 followers. They recently forced him, we don't know why, they forced him to switch from a creator account to a business account. They made that switch for him in the app. And he was telling this to like our little circle of affiliate marketing friends the other day. And we were like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Like, it's almost like a death in the family. So, and that's because the trending sounds get taken away and that really limits you. So for people who are like, oh yeah, no, a business account's better because then you can put your clickable link. No. And before you start to say, well, what if I have a business account and I switch to a creator account after I get to 1,000 followers? TikTok does not like that. And the word on the street is they will penalize you. So just don't tempt TikTok to get mad at you. You don't want them upset with you or looking to penalize you for something. Use trending sounds on every video. That will help push your content out to more people. If you're also talking in your video, so there are kind of like two types of videos. One where you're talking, and if you are speaking and you want to make sure that people can hear you, turn the original sound, your sound, all the way up to 100%. And turn the trending sound down to like 15 to 20%. That way you can still sort of hear it in the background, but you can also hear yourself speaking. If you're doing one of those things where you just have text on the screen and you're pointing to stuff or whatever, turn the trending sound all the way up and turn your original sound all the way down. So that way you're not hearing like the dog barking in the background, but you're able to hear the music because that's the focus of the sound aspect of your video. Use hashtags that aren't too big or small for your account. So by that, I mean, like if you use hashtag side hustle, I think that has like 1 billion something views. If you're a brand new creator and you have like, I don't know, 500 people following you, that is going to get lost in the noise of all of the other billion people posting with that hashtag. So when you go into add your caption, before you post your content on TikTok, you're adding your caption and your hashtags. It'll pop up right below and show you, this hashtag has 1.1 billion people posting about that hashtag. A good rule of thumb is if you have less than 10,000 followers on TikTok, try to use hashtags that have 250,000 or less posts to them. So under 10,000, find hashtags that have under 250,000 posts. And I would add to that, you can also add maybe 1 or 2 hashtags that are bigger because that'll help TikTok to categorize you, but use smaller hashtags that are still relevant because that'll help also categorize your content, but more likely that it will be seen if somebody is searching for that hashtag. Use captions. So I think everybody at this point has captions built into their TikTok app. If you don't, there's an iPhone app called Captions that you can use. Or you can, if it's a short enough video, just add type your own captions in there for yourself. But a fun fact that I learned about TikTok users is that most people are watching TikTok videos with the sound turned off or turned really far down. So if you're relying on speaking and you don't have captions turned on, number one, most people who have their volume turned down won't be, if they just see your mouth moving, but they can't hear, they're just going to scroll past. Also, it's making your content accessible to people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Use captions. Include a strong call to action in all of your content. You don't just have to say it verbally. You don't have to say, hey, click the link in my bio or like and follow or whatever the case is. You can try experimenting by writing text on the screen with an arrow pointing like, click here to follow me or whatever. You can also try experimenting with putting it in your caption. You could do your call to action in a bunch of different ways. I would encourage you to test out a bunch of different methods and see what works best or what feels most comfortable for you or most effective.
It's Lisette speaking. I just have a quick question. Okay. My TikTok account is personal, so it would be okay to switch that over to creator.
Oh yeah, you need to switch it over to creator. So if you are in the app and you click on the little icon that says me in the lower right hand corner, and then you go up to the 3 lines, like the little hamburger menu in the upper right hand corner, and then you click manage account. Down at the bottom, it should have under account control, switch to a pro account. Everybody runs into a wall sometimes in terms of having writer's block. If you have writer's block, find trending content, like on your For You page, just scroll through and find stuff that's going viral, meaning it has hundreds of thousands or millions of views, and stitch or duet that video and make it relevant to your niche or the topic that you're making content about. Because when you partner with viral content, the algorithm will reward you. I mean, you still need to make your content interesting and memorable, but it will help to be partnering with viral content. So we're going to talk about analytics in a second. We'll talk about optimizing our profile in a second. I kind of already alluded to this, but in terms of long-term strategy for TikTok, it's a great attention-getting app. But all the traffic that you get from TikTok is just people in passing seeing your content, or even if they follow you, it's cold traffic. And so you will warm up that traffic if you take them to a place like YouTube, or if you take them to a place like Facebook, and you can continue to add value or educate or teach them about whatever product it is that you're promoting or whatever niche that you're in. And that is how you warm up that traffic and convert them. It's easier to convert warm or hot traffic into a paying customer versus somebody like cold traffic that is just seeing you for the first time, just seeing your content for the first time. And so it's going to be easier for you to convert somebody on YouTube. Like imagine you're promoting, I don't know, ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is a sales funnel building software that I use and love. So if I'm like, hey guys, click the link in my bio and sign up for a 2-week trial of ClickFunnels, I can pretty much guarantee you that random Betty Sue who's scrolling on her For You page is going to see that and be like, oh yeah, I want that. Like, no, she has no idea what ClickFunnels is, why it's better than the competitor, what all you get when you sign up for ClickFunnels, how you can use ClickFunnels to make money. She has no clue, So what I want to do is, hey, do you have an idea for a business? I bet you do. I bet you have something that you love. And if you could monetize it, that would be dope, right? Go over to my YouTube channel. I want to show you how you can use this rad tool to turn anything that you love, any side hustle, any hobby into a paying business. That would get somebody's attention. And if they're interested and if that like strikes a chord with them, then they would go over to my YouTube channel and I would show them, hey, you can build a sales funnel and this is how it will make you money with whatever business model that you choose, whatever side hustle that you choose. And if you want to sign up for a 2-week free trial of ClickFunnels, click the link down in the description. And this is how it can benefit you. That is how you convert somebody from cold traffic, which is just coming across your content on TikTok for the first time, to warming them up by educating them over on YouTube. And then the amazing thing about YouTube, you guys, is it will do the selling for you. So once somebody is over on your YouTube channel watching the additional education and value that you're providing, they'll be like, oh my God, that's so amazing. She's so right. Oh, the link is right there in the description for me. Dope. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to keep following up with them and DMing them back and forth on TikTok. Do not rely on TikTok alone as your only long-term traffic strategy. I say this because your TikTok account could be shut down at any moment. It could be banned without reason for any moment. As soon as you get your TikTok up and running and you start to feel comfortable with kind of the culture and the etiquette and the technical aspect of using TikTok and you have a little bit of an audience built up, start thinking about creating a Facebook group or creating a YouTube channel so that you can continue to educate your audience and continue to provide them value and describe how whatever it is that you're promoting can benefit them. So yeah, like I've been saying, TikTok is an amazing attention getter, but to provide value and educate the people who are following you so that they go from cold to warm to hot traffic, you need to be on either Facebook or YouTube. You can save all of your videos without a watermark. So whenever you save a video from TikTok, it'll have like the little TikTok logo and stuff bouncing around in there. You can use snaptik.app. If you're on iPhone, use it in Safari. Don't use Chrome or anything else. Use it on Safari if you're on iPhone. And copy the link from TikTok, paste it into snaptik.app, and you can download the watermark-free video and repurpose it for Instagram Reels, Pinterest, and YouTube Shorts. And we're going to talk more about that later on in the content bootcamp, how to do that and how to post on those platforms. But just know that that is something that you should absolutely be doing. And it's not going to add a ton of time or work to your plate when you're first starting. Let me know what questions that you have.
So, okay. So have you also ventured into the Brambilla method? Have you heard of that?
I have. I've bought it, but I haven't gone through it yet. It has not been on the top of my priority list yet.
Okay, right on. When you're starting your YouTube channel, is it similar to TikTok in a way where you obviously don't start with any followers, but like, do majority of your followers eventually come from TikTok?
They can. It just depends on. So what, in my experience, I got a good number of people who were following me on TikTok over to my YouTube channel. And then I've also experienced a lot of just like organic growth on YouTube itself. So the more content that you put out, and this is true of any platform, but the more content that you create on YouTube, the more you'll grow and the faster you'll grow. I think that you have to remember who your audience is, who is going to be seeing your video on TikTok. Like, and what kind of things would appeal to like a cold lead that doesn't know you or anything about your content. But you could say, do you guys want to know how to make your first $1,000 on online with affiliate marketing without spending any money? Go over to my YouTube channel and check it out. So that's obviously going to appeal to people who are looking to make money online, but don't want to invest anything or don't want to spend anything. And that's going to appeal to a lot more people than if I were to be like, hey guys, do you want to check out my ClickFunnels tutorial so you can learn how to set up your sales funnel? Like, while there is an audience for that and it's valuable to certain people, you have to, number one, kind of know who you're talking to on TikTok so that it will appeal and find the right audience. But also the more content you put out on YouTube, the more you're going to grow just by virtue of YouTube pushing your content to the right people.
Right. Sorry, I realized my camera wasn't on.
Oh, you're fine.
My apologies. So that's really good to know. You know what? The information is so useful because I've like, as I mentioned to you, I had posted like 3 TikToks on my TikTok personal account, but now like with the information that you've provided, I'm definitely going to be more consistent around doing that every day. So thank you so much, Barb. I appreciate it.
Oh, sure. I wanted to show you analytics really quick. And like I was mentioning, the most important metric is the watch time. So let's look at content. So the analytics, you won't have access to the analytics until like the day after. So let's go over here. Let's just go to this video. So this is what the analytics looks like on desktop. You guys can all see this, okay? So this video is 15.18 seconds long. It's had 2,083 views, 108 likes, 22 comments, no shares. The total time watched, which we don't really care about that. The average time watched, so that's 12.2 seconds out of 15.18. So 12.2 out of 15.18. So that's 80%. And actually 80% is like what you want to strive towards, because 80% tells TikTok that people are interested in this content. And so they will push it out. So like, for example, down a little bit, it shows like the For You page. 78% of the traffic for this video comes from the For You page. 20% comes from people viewing this that followed me, so the following page. And then 2% come from people stalking me and just going and visiting my personal profile and finding this video. And then here on the right-hand side, it breaks it down by the country. So US, Canada, UK, randomly Romania and Germany. I'm not sure why, but yeah. So this average watch time and who, like the percentage of people who watch the full video, those are kind of important metrics that can kind of give you insight into, do people find this valuable? Like likes are nice. And a like is kind of just like it makes your content look prettier when people are, like I said, scrolling by and they're like, oh, it has 100 likes. This must be interesting, versus having, 12 likes or something. But what's important to TikTok on, like from an algorithm perspective, is how long people are staying on this video. Because the longer they stay on the content on TikTok, it's like you're doing the job, TikTok's job for them, of keeping them on the app so that they can make more money from running ads. And that's true of most platforms, but definitely something I want to highlight with TikTok. So
I feel like that's something that I've always, because I'm relatively new to TikTok. Like I've had TikTok for about a year, but I was always really confused about the likes and the views and like what they actually mean. So the only way to access your analytics is once you switched over to the creator content account. Is that right?
Yeah, to a pro account. So if you have a business account or a creator account, then yeah, you can access analytics.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like I said, the main benefits are that, I mean, you have a lot of analytics that you can look at, but specifically being able to see how much watch time and the proportion of people that watch your entire video are just kind of helpful for you to gauge what your audience is finding interesting and helpful and what they're not. So there's that. And also to see when you're going live, when the majority of your followers are on the app, so that you can kind of, broadcast your message to the widest possible audience.
Would you recommend, because I in my personal TikTok, because when I started it last year, I was a new mom, so I just posted some stuff on my babies, on my daughter actually. So do you recommend that I remove like that, like that content? I mean, I would probably say it's like fluffy content, but I mean, it's like I haven't really decided on like a particular niche, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say, or even like start a new account that you can start from scratch, and give attention to, because really you're giving attention to videos and telling TikTok, this is the kind of content that I'm interested in. And so if you happen to be, say, health and fitness niche and you're promoting like a keto diet product, so on your new account, you'd be looking at a bunch of like keto related content. And so you're telling TikTok, this is the kind of stuff I'm interested in. Versus if you have already posted something on like a personal account, I think that the kind of consensus amongst affiliate marketers is that will confuse TikTok. And it's better to kind of start fresh with a new account in whatever niche that you decide on.
Okay, right on. Thank you, Barb.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so on my TikTok, whenever I first go on, like say for the day, and on the home key, it'll have the following. I don't know how the For You page comes about. When people say, "Oh, you're on my For You," and I'm like, "Well, how does that actually happen?" Because what I'm curious about is if I start posting, depending on my content, will my content pop up in front of people like just now? There's a guy I've never seen, and it says follow. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the video was about just now, but will my content pop up the same way because that's how they'll start following me? Understand what I mean? Like just no matter what, like it's just various things sometimes. I don't think it's any rhyme or reason.
Yeah. I can't say specifically for sure how the TikTok algorithm works, but it will, like TikTok will show your content in an effort to try to categorize it and figure out who wants to see it or where, like to whom it belongs kind of. But yeah, so it'll show to people seemingly randomly, but you never know that what kind of content that person has been consuming and giving their attention to on the app.
That's
where TikTok would suggest it as content that they might like,
Okay, yeah, because that's what I was like. So if I start posting, I just end up in front of random people, and then they're like, "Oh, I like her content," I'll start following her and things like that. So it's just kind of like, when I found you, it was because it was random. I don't think it was anything else, and I was like, "Oh, she's talking about affiliate marketing," but then I had kind of maybe saw other people with affiliate marketing, so it probably led me to you in some algorithm.
I know it's really crazy and scary how accurate the algorithm is. Like TikTok is kind of known for the accuracy of their algorithm, and it could be like you stumbled across some affiliate marketing related video and you're like, oh, this is interesting, and it held your attention or your watch time just a little bit longer than normally videos would, and so then TikTok was like, we're gonna send her some of this and see if she might like it, because this is a female actor, and maybe like whatever, it's so complex how all the facets of the algorithm work together. So
okay, well that's what I was wondering, because like I said, when people talk about that, I'm like, so how does it directly come just for me? Like mine is always a red dot on following. It's never on the For You side. I don't know how they get. It's almost like it's personalized for them. It's like, oh, you showed up on my For You page. I'm like, how did that happen for them? Where does the For You come from?
It's literally just stuff that TikTok thinks that you will like based on what kind of stuff you already view and engage with.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, y'all. Any other last minute questions?
I feel like I have a million questions, but I'll hold them to another time.
All right.
I'm a beginner affiliate marketer, so there'll always be a million questions for now.
Sure. Well, write them down, and if nothing else, put them in the Facebook group, and that way at least other people who definitely have the same questions as you, we can answer them all in one fell swoop, and everybody can benefit from them. So, but
awesome.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. Well, I guess we're going to wrap up for today. If you guys think of any questions that you had, like I said, just post them in the Facebook group, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.